Hey guys, this is Tathan. I wanted to show you guys how to do a manual transmission fluid change in a 1986 Ford Ranger. Okay, so let's get to it. First thing you're going to want to do is find your fill bolt, which is right down here. You want to loosen that bolt. Make sure you can get it out so you can fill your transmission back up with gear oil. After that, you're going to want to loosen your drain bolt. And I'll show you what to do after that. You can loosen the drain bolt and you can drain all the oil out if you want, but I'm going to show you what I do to make it easier to fill it up. It may not be easier for you, but you can decide after watching the video which way is easiest for you, to fill it from that fill bolt with a siphon pump or to just take this plate off. I personally, the way my truck is, I already had all the carpet out. And I had these little pads here that covered, like floor mats, go over this. So all I had to do was take this off. And then the little boot. Anyways, to take this off, if you're going to do it this way to fill it up, you're going to need a, what millimeter is this? What millimeter? A 10 millimeter socket or wrench to loosen these two bolts here, right here. Then you're going to need a T30, and I'll show you. I have it right here in the little screwdriver. Right here, I'll show you too. Took it out of the package. Okay. The T30 Torx screwdriver end, and you loosen up this bolt and this bolt. Once you take that plate off, you can put gear oil in there. I'm going to do it with a funnel so I don't get it in the truck. It's not very hard to do. Like I said, all you got to do is loosen these 4 bolts. And then you can get in there and change it out. Okay. So that's how you change your manual transmission fluid. Let me loosen this up and take it off so you guys can see. Okay, I can get it by hand now. Oh, and make sure you wear gloves. I've heard the oil can cause cancer and all kinds of other stuff you don't want. Of course, I've done it 100 times without using gloves, but if you can be safe rather than sorry, you might as well. Gloves only cost a few bucks, and you can get like 100 of them for maybe 14 bucks. It's nothing pricey, and it save you any real trouble down the line. Okay, there's the two 10 millimeter bolts. Now I'm going to take out the T30 bolts. That should be loose enough for me to take out by hand. Yep. Okay. That's out. Okay, there's that one. One more. Now it's going to want to come up on you. The plate's going to come up. It's not going to push very hard, but it's going to want to kind of pop out of place. Have to push the bolt down a little bit. Okay, now that's out. All 4 bolts are out. All you have to do now is move this insulation out of the way for you. All you got to do is pop this thing right out. It pops right out. There's a little ball that shifts the gears, and that's literally all there is to it. You can see down into the transmission there, into that little hole. You're going to want to put the ball back in that hole. Right in that little hole there, that little socket. You see down in there? That's where you're going to want to put that ball back in. Put that piece down back in there. Right back down into where it was, where it seats. Once it seats in like that, once you feel it go in, you're good. It's just that little tiny plastic rubber ball or whatever that is that goes in there. That's all you got to worry about getting back in. Very easy. Okay. Now we're going to go back under the truck and drain the oil out. Okay. Get your drain pan. You should already have a drain pan. Okay. Now just take that drain bolt right out of there. Move your hand real quick because it'll get all over you if you're not careful. There it is. The fluid doesn't look too bad, but I wanted to change it, so better be safe than sorry. It only cost a few bucks at Walmart. I think I paid a total of 30 bucks for all the fluid to do the transmission and the two differentials, the front differential and the rear differential. Okay, just let that drain out a little bit. And that's really all we have to do. Once that drains out, you just put your drain bolt back in there. Before you do that though, you see the end of that? Magnetic little shaved pieces of metal get stuck on the end so that it doesn't hurt your transmission. What you want to do is just wipe that off with a rag. Now the same thing is going to be with that fill bolt. So once you take that out, wipe the end off before you put it back in. That's all you have to it. Just make sure you put it back on tight so that nothing leaks out. Okay, that's all there is to it, guys. Then, like I said, to fill it up, you can do it the way with the siphon pump, which I tried before. I didn't have the right size hose to put it in there, so it didn't work for me. I ended up just taking that clutch plate off and pouring it in from the top with a funnel. All you really got to worry about then is, number one, overfilling your transmission, which you won't be able to do if you just take your fill bolt out. You'll avoid that altogether if you just take your fill bolt out. Pour a little bit in, come down here, check it, see if there's anything leaking out of that fill bolt hole. If there is, you know it's full. You can just put the bolt back in there and be done with it. Don't add any more gear oil. Then just put your clutch plate back on and you're done. That's really all there is to it. The second thing that could go wrong, and it's nothing major, but if you're not careful, you can spill gear oil in your truck and it'll smell really bad for probably the rest of the time you have the truck. And if you spill it on the carpet, probably the only way to get rid of the smell is to probably rip it out. So just don't spill it on your carpet. It's really simple. Alright, let that drain a little bit more, but now that you guys know how to change it, I'll let you guys get to it.